Have you been struggling to make money and constantly find yourself on your laptop trying to find new ways to be able to generate income, money that you've never seen appear in your wallet might appear right now if you watch. I'm showing you 5 ways to generate money in your underwear. These five methodology of making money are being currently used or were being used by me, and I've specified that these are post-pandemic methods. So they're really recent and can be helpful if you utilize these methods right now.
We're back here at the BNB with 5 new ways to make or generate passive or side hustle income. So this is the way I'm gonna teach you, and these are 5 methodology that I've been using, and I some of them I still use to generate a side income because I am a 21-year-old university student, and I do utilize some of these methods not only to earn a side income, but sometimes an income big enough to be considered a full-time income for some high-paying jobs. Way number one is to buy trading cards, Pokemon or Magic the Gathering cards, buying them and then grading them. Even sports cards have a fantastic way of boosting price. So, for example, when you invest money in a stock, you tend to wait a year or 2 years for it to gain a value. But when you buy these trading cards, they instantly gain a value. As you can see here, we have a 379 US dollar regular full art hidden fates shiny Charizard, a card that I personally own. Here it is, guys. I personally own this same card that I'm gonna be sending to PSA to grade it, and once it's graded, it's gonna gain value instantly. As you can see here, boom, this PSA 10 is selling for 660 US. It's a bid. It's already been bidden on. This is a guaranteed price, and I can guarantee you it's gonna go even higher because this is a PSA 10 Charizard Hidden Fate Shiny. As you can see how incredible it is to buy cards for a cheap amount and then sell them by just grading them. Now, I'm gonna be explaining the intricacies and why it's a good idea and why it might be a bad idea, this particular method. Now, as you can see, why do I personally believe this is a good way to make money? It's because the instant gain of value, it's very quick, very reliable. A PSA 10 card will always sell for that particular price, except if there's a, if during the time you order the card, you send it to you graded, the card somehow gets destroyed, or just the value gets destroyed, it's almost impossible to lose money. So it's a very safe way of making money. The risk inside this methodology of making money or this side hustle is that, for example, you buy the card and then unfortunately you don't get a PSA 10, you get a PSA 8, PSA 9. Actually, in PSA 9, the card still retains its value and you do get a small bonus, a small gain, but it's not as drastic as a PSA 10. Also, for a PSA 8, you do not lose value. So it depends on what card you pick, and that's up to you. My goal is to explain to you the methodology, and your goal is to find the cards to buy and find the ones that even graded 8 aren't as bad of a price decrease or increase. Most of the time, you want to aim for a card that increases in value even at PSA 8. And I can guarantee you that I've been doing this method, and there are many cards that offer this possibility of gaining value even at a PSA 8. So the cost for you is going to be just the card and grading it. That's about it. Once you have these two expenses done, you're up for selling it, and whatever profit you get, you get. This is that simple. The issue with this way, it's the wait. You do require a bit of patience because you have to wait for the card to come. Then you need to send it to graded, and obviously the more if you've ever graded cards, you know that the more cards you send, the cheaper it is for you to grade them. So you're better off making a bulk of expensive cards, which does take time. Or in my case, it did. It used to take time. I used to buy like 7, 8 cards, and then I used to stack them till I had 40 cards of any any game. Mostly my main focus was Pokemon because I had a better understanding of that trading card game, and I just sent my card to grade to be graded by PSA, not Beckett, because PSA is recognized and everybody goes on PSA. It's easier to get a 10 than a Beckett. I once sent a couple of cards to Beckett just for fun, just to try, and I did get 110, which to me was insane. I did sell the card for a hefty profit. Because I looked at the card and I was like, yo, this is a 10. Obviously, when you're looking and buying the cards, for example, if you're buying them on eBay, there's always a picture, so you can, as you can see here, get a close-up image of the card and if it's good or not in the back. But this is the one already graded. Let's go on the one that's not graded. You can literally see the edges on eBay. I mostly don't buy on eBay because eBay have some inflated price. If you're in the trading card game, there's better websites to buy from, and you always want to look for near mint and besides the card, and that will really help you gain the understanding and methodology of buying and selling cards, grading them. I know a lot of my personal friends that do it with NBA cards, Steph Curry and whatnot. They make a double play with these cards, so they buy cards in the beginning of the season, and they grade them. So they're already getting a price increase in the grading, and then if the player performs even well at the end of the season, they are making even more money. So if you're interested, I'm not a sports guy. I used to do that with NHL. I've just stopped following the NHL, but I did that with Stamkos, and that was incredible twice. But I did it 2 years ago with Stamkos when they won the Stanley Cup. I didn't do it at the beginning of the season because I'm not a visionary and I did not expect Tampa Bay to win the league. In my head it was more Pittsburgh because I'm a Pittsburgh fan. Penguins, Crosby, so I bought 5-10 Crosby cards, and then I bought a couple Stamkos cards when the preliminary started. Not the preliminary, the series started, the preliminary series or what now, I don't know how they call it, and I was able to make a hefty profit. So it's up to you. You need to recognize the opportunity and then just focus on it. So what I would recommend is putting your research in one particular trading card game until you master it, and then moving on to the next one if it's a hustle that you like. Because personally, I've made at least 6 figure from this venture. Moving on to the second way of making money as a side hustle, it's trading. Now, I don't know, I believe this has been over preached, and it might feel like it's a scam, like looking at these candlestick and thinking, hey, can I even make money from probabilities? And I can guarantee you, I can say you, yes. I do not personally. I used to do it, and unfortunately I was unsuccessful in this particular venture because it requires a lot of knowledge and a lot of extensive research in the matter, and then understanding markets, macroeconomics. These things were something I did understand, the macroeconomics. It's just that the patterns were really hard for me to focus on and have to do 1,000 hours of research in these small candlesticks. Okay, this is the head, this is the low, whatever not, and if it's dropping lower and coming back, that means it's a bullish sign, which it was. It's crazy, and then it goes up and down. So this is a bearish candlestick. These are just I'm not giving you any explanation of how to trade, but it does take time, and honestly, it's a really good way to just generate a side hustle. And you can just start it with $20, have no leverage, and just play with a couple of cents, especially on FTX. I'm not sponsored by them at all. I just really like the platform, and that was the platform I was using before everybody was promoting it, and it's because my friend recommended it to me, and I really liked the platform. I was able to make some money, but at the end of the day, I did not carry on, not because I was fearful of my skills, but I had better opportunities for me personally, so I just let it go. And I don't know if I did say previously that it was I was unsuccessful. But it's not that I was unsuccessful. It was just that I wasn't. I didn't carry on. I didn't keep on going. I didn't make a lot of money. I didn't make five figure. I could say I made a profit of four figure when. When not the whole market was selling down, but there was a short pressure at that time, and I was realizing that. So I did short Cardano a bit. I did short Bitcoin a bit, Solana a little bit at that time. It's been a long while. It's been a couple of months, several months. I'd say 5-6 months ago. I was doing that, and then for me it was really good. But then I thought I had better opportunities because Pokemon at that time was dropping in price, so I decided to buy a lot of Pokemon cards, grade them, sell them, and whatnot. And trading for me, unfortunately, I left it behind and somewhere in my back of my mind. And I don't regret not trading, but for someone who's willing to put in the time to learn patterns and apply how do I say it, a unrivaled discipline, because as you know, the statistics do say 90% of traders do lose money. So if you are able to apply a discipline, unrivaled discipline, especially in this particular game, I would recommend you should trade. Especially if you're a young fella, I would not recommend under 18. But if you've just turned 18 and you have 100-200 bucks laying around on the side, so what you can do is have a part-time job, and when you come back home, if you have no friends, and if you do even have friends, you need to cut them off. You need to cut them off and then just trade for at least 2 years, and then one day you'll be riding a Lamborghini, and those guys will be looking at you, hoping that they did what you did. Obviously, this is an advice just for 18 years old, but even if you're older, you can apply this methodology, this rigid game plan, and I can guarantee you it will work. Now, obviously, if you do not have the mental capacity of holding a discipline and being able to learn so many patterns and keep them in your mind, I can say I would not. Maybe trading is not for you. That's the one time I would say trading is not for you. But I can tell you there is a way to make money, and you will be able to generate the income necessary to even live your whole lifestyle from it if you really dedicate a serious time to trading. My third hustle for you guys and for people who are interested in crypto mining, I would recommend getting some GPUs at this moment. Crypto prices are falling, and especially this video's title for post-rona, side hustles for post-rona. And this is one reason why, because GPU prices are falling, crypto has been falling, and if you believe cryptocurrencies is a viable way of making money, then you should mine them, and you should mine them for cheap. Because I remember these same rigs. This I believe it has, I don't know how many graphic cards this particular rig has, but I can guarantee you these rigs were selling for 20 grand easy at the peak. So if, for example, you're able to acquire yourself a mining rig right now, utilize it, make some Ethereum, and then later on sell it for a profit when Ethereum does go high eventually. This is what the consensus is. I would recommend you should do it. Get some good GPUs. Nvidia GPUs are falling. Let's look at a Nvidia. I'm curious how much is in Nvidia RTX 3080. I remember they were going out for a 3 grand. Ooh, wow, that's cheap. And they're available on Best Buy Canada. Wow. And they're on sale. I would never expected this ever in my life, to see a Nvidia RTX 3080 for 1100 on sale on Best Buy. This is just mad. I'm not gonna lie, this to me is incredible. Let's get some. I might buy a couple after this video, because this to me seems like an opportunity, buying some GPUs and then mining crypto and then afterwards selling them. But I would say is buy these individual rigs yourself. You can make them, you can make the whole rig and sell it online for a small profit. You can utilize that rig, make a bigger profit, and have a decent turnover, and then sell it later on when crypto is eventually at a higher price. That is the best move. But as a side hustle, you can do both. Make rigs, sell them. Make rigs, make crypto, make money, sell the rigs. That's another way you can make decent amount of money. Obviously, this is crazy to me. I'm looking at these prices. GeForce was a rig. I assume GeForce made a rig just for mining, which to me was crazy. I've never mined crypto in my whole life. I was interested in the prospect of doing it, but unfortunately, I never did it. The reasoning behind it was I was confident in crypto. I was confident in the price inflation of crypto, but unfortunately, the only reason I did not go into it, it was too expensive. The entry for it was too expensive for me. Let's say I'm a young fella. I want to start a business. Starting that particular venture for me required a small investment of at least 20 grand. So that was the minimum entry level investment. The first two ways of passive ways to make money I've given you do not require this entry level money that much. So for the Pokemon trading, you will at least need like a grand to get some good cards, because I said you need cards that retain value and whatnot. Even at PSA 10, PSA 8, so you need to buy somewhat expensive cards. So in that case, you do require 1,000 for trading. You only require $150. That's it, nothing massive. And in this case, you do require 20 grand just to get the whole rig. Unfortunately, the small, how do you say, the graphic cards aren't that expensive, but if you really want to mine crypto, you need a whole rig, right? You can do it with one or two, but that's not gonna be enough to really mine crypto. And the reason I'm giving you this tip right now is because the GPU's price have been falling a lot. A lot of people are getting rid of their rigs. They're getting rid of their mining equipment because, I don't know, maybe they don't want to mine anymore, or they just want to sell it to recoup their money. They're at a loss, or they're constantly losing money due to energy prices. Energy prices have been getting higher and higher over time. So it's a really complex subject matter if you want to really get into why the rigs are falling, but they are, okay? The GPUs are falling, and this is an opportunity for you. They do say in the stock market, buy the dip. This is buy the forces. Buy them. Now the fourth way to make a side hustle. This is a way that I've never used, and I would recommend it because the entry level, like I've just previously stated, is very low, and it's Airbnb experiences and not the Airbnb houses that most people say. Get an Airbnb, get a condo, rent it, and then make like rent it on Airbnb and get some extra money. That's what they call Airbnb arbitrage. I'm not recommending that. My goal here is to give you guys a better way to make money, and it's through Airbnb experiences. This is something that doesn't require you to have a house or something, some place to rent. It just needs you to have an experience that's going to be memorable for tourists coming into your city. As you can see here, just for fun, this guy is giving out a bicycle ride tour in a pink, or not so, or in a pink bike. Literally, this is what this guy is doing, and he is making money. So what's his overhead? Bikes, and then riding his bike. That's about it. And food, okay, maybe he includes food. He includes one craft beer, and then transportation, which is a bike and a helmet. So these are the things he's providing. And what is he getting back? $89 per person. That's crazy, just for a bike ride. How much does the bike cost? Let's be honest. The bike costs what? $200, $300. Okay. Now the drink, $5, $10. Food, another $5, $10. So his overhead per trip is 20 plus the bikes, which constantly just you need to ride them, right? So the 400 times 9, this, because it just says that it's a 2 to 9 person trip. Okay, so 9 trip, 9 times 400, 9 times 400 is 3,600. 3,600 was his first overhead cost, and then per trip he's profiting $70 per trip. And within, let me calculate how many trips it's gonna take him to make his initial bikes money. So let's say he's getting 70 per trip per person. A person is a 9-person trip. Okay, as you can see, 630 profit, real cash that's getting into his pocket, and we've estimated the bike prices being at 3,600. So we can divide that by 630. The answer is pretty obvious. So within 5 trips, he's already paid off his bike. Obviously, it's 5 trips with 9-person, which I don't know if he's been doing it, but one thing I can tell you, this guy has how many reviews? 124 reviews. So more then 5 trips with 9 persons have been done by this person. That's incredible. See, you just need to offer value to tourists. You don't know, you don't understand. Tourists are willing to overpay for the same experience in another city, another country, than they would in their own city and country, because it's new and they're in a new place, and their mindset when entering this country is that they're gonna spend money and not think about it. Most people, that's how they travel. I'm not gonna lie, I travel like that. When I go to Toronto, that's just a city like 4 hours away. I spend much more money there than here. Why? I guess it's human psychology. So the main thing you need to do is offer an experience, post it on Airbnb experience, and work on it. Make it as fun as possible so you get better reviews, and then more and more people come. And then look, this guy's he owns this establishment where they throw knives, charging $50 a person. So they're throwing knives and axes, and this guy has over 1,000 reviews, which means that more than 1,000 people have went there and paid $50, which is crazy. This is a much better way than Airbnb arbitrage. What people are doing, renting a place, putting it on Airbnb, or even just buying outright a place and put it on Airbnb. It's because there's so much headache, so much cleaning, so much whatnot. Here, there's not so much cleaning you're doing. It depends on what you're offering. Like in this Rage Cage, I don't know how Rage Cage functions and what's the functionality, but as you can see here, it's pretty crazy. It's really, really incredible how these people are making money. This guy gives out bike rides. Well, people do love giving out bike rides. This guy gives out the e-scooter ride, archery lessons. Crazy. This person is just having brunch with you. What? $60 for a brunch? I guess that's the value she's getting. She has already 22 reviews, which is almost insane to me. I don't get it. I would never pay for that. Some people are willing to pay for that. So shout out to those people, because these are going to be your clientele if you can offer a good experience service on Airbnb experience. So this is my tip to you today. This is the 4th one, and the 5th one is the best one. Actually, the first one was the best one. That's why I put it in the first place. But Airbnb arbitrage or Airbnb experience is the 2nd best one in my personal opinion. Then comes trading, and the 4th one was the last one, which I said was, which one was it? Buying GPUs, because it's a limited opportunity, limited time opportunity, and you're also relying on the crypto prices. The last and final tip that I've personally made incredible money on, it is, what is it? It is TCG Player. If you're unaware of the TCG market, the trading card market, it offers so many ways to make money. You can sell individual cards, you can sell sealed products, and as you can see, out of stock. So people do buy, and buying, trading TCG Player does require you to have a really insightful knowledge of trading cards in general, how the market functions, how the supply and demand function. If you guys need a understanding of that, I can easily make a video on it. It's really complex. It's not as complicated as the stock market, but it has its own intricacies and understanding how the supply and demand metrics work, especially for each trading card game. Pokemon has a different one, Magic the Gathering has a different one, and Yu-Gi-Oh has a different one. So once you understand that, there's many ways to make money in this particular environment. I've been recently I've been making a lot of money on this website, is because I was able to get good contacts, good recognition in the particular space, and I've been just selling cards online on TCG Player, and my goal here is to scale this business up higher and higher. And I can tell you, once I just went on a trip to get coffee, came back home, had 7 orders. That's crazy. Nobody has ever seen this kind of demand. I'm just kidding. There's much more demand than here, but I'm just hyping it up. Personally, it does require you, like I said, to have some kind of knowledge in the space. And me personally, I used to be I am somewhat still a Yu-Gi-Oh player, so I do buy some cards. And what is good about this is, in this game, there's opportunity to hold some cards that will increase in value over time. So you also sell cards, and then also you can just literally hold cards, and they gain value over time. As you can see, an example I can give you is this set. It goes from the past second beginning, if I'm correct. Like this card, this is Cyber Dragon, goes to rare. This is a rarity that's exclusive, and you can see how the prices has dropped ever since its release. So it was at 350, and then obviously the card gotten more and more accessible to everyone, and it's dropping in price. But I can tell you, this card is a legendary card. You should 100% buy it, hold it. This is the tip I can give you. Ghost Rare Cyber Dragon. If you do not know what it is, it's an iconic card that has a lot of demand, and it's really respected. And Ghost Rare is a rarity that is considered the best rarity in the game, or at least the second best in the minimum, because maybe Starlight's better, or maybe Ultimate, depending on what your preferences are. But Ghost is high rare value, and you won't see a reprint of Cyber Dragon in Ghost Rare. So I'm just giving out example on how easy it is to be making money, and there's so many ways to be making money in this space in general. And me, I just buy and sell singles, commons, supers, everything. What I see, what I deem to be sellable that I don't want to hold personally, I sell it and I generate income, and good amount of income. I'm gonna be honest. And in this video, I've given out 2 tips on trading card trading card reliant ways of making or lying to way of making a side income. Why? Because I know the market very well, and I've been working in it for the past 2-3 years, so it's really easy for me to make money in this space. So what my tip would be is to get the most knowledge possible, play the games. Like literally, it's so much fun just to play the games and learn about everything, not just the selling mechanics, but the game mechanics itself, playing the game. You have an extra hobby. If you really like the game, you have an extra hobby, which is a competitive hobby, which will lead you to travel around places, see new places. That's what I've been doing, and I was doing pre-rona, and now it's back on, and the demand is gonna get higher and higher over time, because these games tend to get more and more population not addicted, but playing the games, especially Pokemon with the new generations coming in. But me personally, I like to play Yu-Gi-Oh! It's much more fun, and market, it's much more fun. Just like even just selling the cards is much more fun, because there's a reprint risk. There's so many interesting things happening that sometimes, it depends on what you like. So it depends. If you like stability, then you should go into Pokemon. But if you like risk, prices just fluctuating like crazy. Sometimes I've seen a $2 card go up to $20. If you like that kind of stuff, be in the Yu-Gi-Oh market. Try to make predictions. Most of them are gonna be wrong, but the one that is right, it's gonna be like a Bitcoin pump. You're gonna make incredible amounts of money. So that's how this thing functions. These are the 5 tips that I wanted to give you. This video has been a long video that I've done in one sitting, and obviously I'm out of breath. For that, just subscribe. And I made a small sketch in the beginning. I hope you guys like it. Thank you.